Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Melanated Minds Live. So, we are here today and we are going to be discussing the principles of Buddhism. And my name is Zakia Broadnex, and I am going to be your host this evening. I am one of the founding ambassadors of the Melanated Minds. I am a coach and wellness facilitator. My business is Zakia's Healthful Wellness Solutions, and I help people become the best versions of themselves mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So I am so excited to be with you guys this evening. So I'm looking over here to look at my notes and everything, but so excited to be with you guys this evening. It is going to be an amazing show. We are going to talk about Buddhism today because, don't get it wrong, we're not forcing any religion on anybody, but just realizing that there are other religions out here, and this, people always talk about like Christianity or Baptist, Jesus, things like that. So we just wanted to start a series about religion and just talk about the different religions, talk about the different religions, and then also to educate you on the different religions, the principles, the following. So this is just more so, it's just educating you on Buddhism. We're going to have different series on different religions, and so Buddhism will be our first one here. So I am, like I said, I'm so excited, and so hope you guys are able to tune in and join us, because it is going to be an absolutely amazing, amazing live. So we're going to go ahead, and I want to get started. We're going to have two guests today, as you know, Sam Broadnax as well as Karen Williams. Sam is having a little bit of technical difficulties getting logged in. So, hey, Karen.
Hi, how are you? Good
I
to
am
see you.
good. Good to see you too. So, guys, this is Karen Williams, and Karen is a professional stand up comic, an actor, a writer, a motivational speaker, and a mom. Karen is also the creator and facilitator of the Humor at Large workshop series and the founder of the National Women's Comedy Conference. And Karen has been practicing Buddhism for 58 years as of April 28th. Yes, 58 years. I was like, wow, I knew it had been a long time, but I did not know it had been that long.
It's
So,
actually
welcome.
52. That would make me very old, but 52 years.
52. Okay, sorry,
Yeah,
52 years, not
yeah,
58, 52
yes.
years.
That's a long time too. I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how are you today?
I'm excellent today. I'm here with my Miami University shirt on. I've been teaching gerontology at Miami University now for 4 years, as I also pursue a doctorate in gerontology, proving once again that you're never too old to take up something if that's really what you want. And so it fits in line with being a lifelong learner. So I'm very honored to be here today to share about Buddhism with your audience. And I really thank you for inviting me.
Yes, thank you. We're definitely happy to have you here. Thank you for accepting and agreeing to do this for us. And so, since we are having, Sam is still having technical difficulties coming on, so I'm just going to put you on the spot and just have
Okay.
you
All right.
just share. Like I said, we're just talking about the principles of Buddhism, and just to
Okay.
share, whatever it is that you want to share as far as the views of Buddhism, especially from like a female point of view. We wanted to have a male and a female to get the female's
Wonderful.
point of view of it. So I am now going to turn it over to you.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, let me just start out by saying that there are many, many sects or divisions of Buddhism, but they all started in India with Shakyamuni Buddha. Many people may know about Shakyamuni Buddha as either Gautama Buddha or Siddhartha Buddha, or that round Buddha figure that he definitely didn't want people to do that, but somehow we ended up with this round figure of a Buddha. And so people think sometimes that we worship that statue. We actually do not. I want to simplify things for people and just say that Buddha means enlightened one or awakened one. And what are you awakened to? You're awakened to the preciousness of your own life and the fact that you possess whatever power you believe that you need to get from outside of yourself, that it's actually innate to you. And Buddhism, in particular, the Lotus Sutra, goes as far as to say that even our human body represents everything that's in the physical environment. Our tears are rivers, those kinds of things. The forms of our bodies imitate the forms that we find in the physical environment. And so I think the most important principle is that the principles are that number one, you contain everything within yourself already that you need to be happy. And that once you awaken to that, then you can grab hold of that power and bring it out of yourself. So that we have been hearing from other philosophers about that, like Eckhart Tolle, who Oprah Winfrey has, had his book and featured his book on her show, where he does an excellent description of really what it means to harness that power that you have within yourself and to bring it out to be able to manifest the type of life that you want to live. In other words, it's a right to be happy. We all have the right to be happy. Now, of course, I think one of the things that Sam had talked about, he was going to speak about, is karma. So, what is karma really? Because a lot of times we talk about karma like it's something spooky or always negative. In Buddhism, we postulate or we feel that life is eternal. I mean, this is even substantiated by scientists like Albert Einstein, who said that matter can be neither created nor destroyed. So we have a physical body that we know passes on, and yet there's something that we call life that is eternal, the essence of us that's really defined by the causes that we make lifetime after lifetime. So, for instance, you do have children who come into the world. Some are born in very fortunate circumstances, some not so fortunate. Some people have greater mental abilities than others. Some people have physical um, uh, 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 disabilities that they're born with. So we would say, what causes this? And so the law of cause and effect is a very, very profound law. I couldn't possibly talk about it all today, but just like gravity, it's a law. This pen, I'm going to drop it, it's never going to go up. So the law of cause and effect is very strict, saying that causes that we make, whether this lifetime, previous lifetimes, or in future lifetimes, really determine the effects of what we experience. So, as some of the old Black ladies would say, what goes around comes around. So, that's a very rudimentary force of the idea of karma. Of course, it's very, very deep. And what makes this SGI Nichiren Buddhism so unique that both Sam and I practice is that it's based in the Lotus Sutra, which is the highest teaching of Shakyamuni Buddha, which allowed for women to become enlightened. All previous Buddhist teachings said that women could not bring out this awakened life from within. But the Lotus Sutra says that every living being has this ability to bring out this Buddhahood or this highest form of happiness, this absolute happiness that's not determined by the external environment. So I think all of us are familiar with relative happiness. When you fall in love, when you get a new car, you get a new job, but then that new love goes with someone else, or you dent your car, or your home gets tiring, you get tired of being there after a while. We're talking about absolute happiness, a state of happiness that is not dependent on the environment or your circumstances. It's a joy that comes from within that's indestructible. So that certainly is something that can make it very attractive to practice Buddhism.
Yes. But I definitely learned something because I didn't know about the like the women weren't, the women weren't originally thought to be able to, possess it. I didn't know that. And then I've always, loved the aspect of that everything that we possess is already within us. So I
Yeah,
do love that. And so
yeah.
while you were talking, I was looking, but I'm also taking notes and stuff here too.
Well, we can make it easy for you. I have a little advertisement here. I'll make sure you get ones. The kids call The Winning Life. And it is a publication that's put out by the Soka International. Soka means Value Creation Society. So while Buddhism originated in India, the Buddhism that I practice, many of you may know this from the Tina Turner movie, What's Love? What's it called? What's Love got to do with it? What was it? Not the song, but what
Yeah,
was
what's
her
love?
movie?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
What was
What's
the
love
movie?
got to do with it? What's love got to
Okay.
do with it?
So in her movie, she talks about being introduced to Nichiren Buddhism, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And I was around in that time. I was in Los Angeles. She joined in the district, in the gathering, the Sangha, the community of believers that I was a part of. I was a young woman. I was 23. And she took on this chanting, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I actually would go to her house and chant with her. And it brought out immense courage in her for her just to be able to face her situation and at one point just say, no, I don't deserve to be treated like I'm being treated. She was able to, through this chanting, bring out the realization that her life was precious and that she wanted to have a different type of experience in her life. So that's how many, many people know about this Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Tina Turner was definitely an ambassador, especially for women and women who were being abused, to really say this chant, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, to be able to bring out the realization from their own life that they were worthy of respect. And even deeper than that, we're here to be happy.
I love that. Yes. And so with you mentioning that, and like you said, that's when everybody found out about it, was when Tina Turner started not
Yes, yes,
everybody, but more people. So can you
yeah.
explain exactly what Namyo Horenge Kyo means? And then also, I know a lot of people are familiar with it with her chanting, so
Yes.
can you explain a little bit about, chanting, maybe about the altar and what Namyo Horenge Kyo means?
Okay, well, it's very profound. As you know, many, many things are very, very profound. But Nam basically means devotion, mind, and body. So sometimes you see Indian women have that red mark in the middle of their forehead. That's called a Namu mark. It means they're devoted to their husbands and their families. We devote ourselves to the mystic law, the law of the universe. So that's Myoho. And then Renge, as I said, it really means lotus flower, but that symbolizes that the lotus flower is the only plant that blooms and seeds at the same time. So that what that is teaching us is that when you make a cause, the effect is on its way. Some causes, some effects are produced immediately, others take a very long time. But as sure as you make a cause, there will be an effect. And kyo means sound or sutra. So we actually say Nam Yo Ho Renge Kyo out loud because it's almost like we're having a conversation with the universe. We don't need an intermediary. We don't need a priest. We don't need anyone to interpret things for us. We actually sit in front of an altar that we have. We do have a scroll that's called a gohanzon, or an object of respect, that we actually chant to. And this scroll embodies this absolute happiness. So when we chant to it, it enables us to bring this condition out of ourselves. So it's similar to when you're a mom and you look on your new baby and this wellspring of just love and attachment and devotion and happiness comes out of your life. Well, where is that coming from? Is it coming from the baby or is it coming from you? And if we think about it, so many things that we think are happening out there in the universe, it's really coming from us. So if we really thought about life that way, we would be much more conscious of the causes that we make. In other words, you can meet somebody sometimes and you think, oh, they looked at me. Why did she look at me like that? Well, how did you look at her? We're reflecting constantly, and as we change, our environments change. And that's a very fundamental law of the universe as well, is that nothing is really about anybody else. And that's a very hard one because it seems like things are just happening to us. And what about this? And what about that? And what about this? Buddhism really postulates that as we change, our environments will change. And that's very, very difficult. That's what makes it challenging. That's why I've been chanting for 52 years, because there's still things I have to change about myself, my own perceptions. I can see someone and make a snap judgment and be totally wrong about that person. And that has a lot to do with how was I that day? What was going on with me that even had me make that kind of a judgment about someone? So I think the practice of doing this chanting, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, we chant as long as we like in the morning. We say it as long as we like in the evening, kind of in the morning, setting the pace for your day. And at the end of the day, you're reporting about what you accomplished in that day and determining what you want to accomplish the next day. And so it just becomes a rhythm of really keeping your life awake and alert and in tune with your own dreams and desires. So many people who do this practice are entrepreneurial because you can definitely go for your dream. And then even if you're at your job, you can, I want that promotion. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And it allows you to see, like, is it them? Are they keeping something from you? Is it a conspiracy? Or are you really doing your best at your job? And then you begin to see the areas that you need to really polish your life, really shine. And then the environment responds. And then if it doesn't respond in the favorable way that you want it to, amazingly, even that troublesome boss suddenly leaves, or you get another job or a promotion. But definitely when you chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo in the morning and in the evening, something will happen that's positive. And that's why I for one, continue to do it. And there's millions of members all over the world where the SGI exists, Soka Gakkai International, this value creation organization, exists in 192 countries and territories around the world. So it's anyway, and I'm a traveler as a comic. I travel all over the world. So I've been to meetings I went to a meeting in Russia, in St. Petersburg.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I went in London. I've gone all over Hawaii, all over different places in the United States. So it's we may not even speak the same language, but we all say this Nam Myoho Renge Kyo together. And it's pretty beautiful in how it unifies us.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And just from me being, married to Sam, and my grandmother, was a Buddhist, and it definitely has enlightened me and taught me, so much, because when I first, found out about it, I was hesitant or misconception, like, what are they doing? Why are they chanting? Why are they doing that? So as I started really, getting to know it and just realizing that it is all about you and that you can't change anyone else except yourself. And so, and I love what you said when you said people are like, why is she looking at me like that? You're like, well, how did you look at her? And that's exactly like, you're reflecting your own reflection. And so, what I've learned is when people, do things, or if they have some type of like unwanted behavior, I can't change them, but I can change myself and my response to them. So once I change my outlook, change my attitude, and change my response, they're naturally going to change. And they may even start doing the behavior that I want them to do.
Right, that's That's true. That's
because
very true.
my behavior has changed. So, I can say all day, Sam, take out the garbage, take out the garbage, make into a big old argument. But if I, just start, working on me and how I do it, he may come along and just one day, take out the garbage. It's like, wow, we didn't even have to argue about that, didn't have to do anything. So that's one of the things that I've learned, and one of the things that he has, taught me, that everything is internal. And
Hmm.
so
Absolutely.
exactly. So when you're working, on yourself,
Hmm.
then I'm trying to see here. Okay. When you're working on yourself, then everything else, falls into place. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really, really love everything you're saying. And is there anything else that you can think of? Because you're the expert. You're
No,
52
no,
years
I
in.
don't feel like an expert,
Well,
but
you're
I
52
do
years
appreciate
in.
the opportunity. I do appreciate the opportunity to share, because sometimes people are just not aware that there are other options, and that the goal of the SGI organization, this Soka Gakkai International, this value creation society, the ultimate goal is to achieve world peace through peace studies, peace dedication to culture, and also to education. So this organization started out, the first three presidents who were in Japan, Sunesaburo Makaguchi, Josei Toda, and Daisaku Ikeda, were all educators. And there's a Soka school system that exists in Japan, and we have a Soka University here in California. It's one of the leading liberal arts colleges right now. And students get a chance to really find out about peace and peace studies.
Oh, I'm not sure what happened. We lost her there.
Oh,
So
there I
I'm
am.
not sure.
As
Okay. It's
we
like she's coming back.
as we know, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is really big right now. We have organizations, they have established these DEI sections of their organizations. And I'm going to tell you, without welcoming, without really feeling inside of your heart that you want to embrace other human beings, it doesn't matter how many DEI organizations you set up. We as human beings have got to want to have peace and include people, and really value diversity, and really want to know about other cultures, and not be so separatist and segregationist. If we want to see that change, it has to come from us. And that's very difficult, because you can mandate policy. There are policies in the United States that say you cannot discriminate against this group. But I know for a fact that when I was the only brown person in a corporation, they I had a right to be there. But when I had my lunch tray and I went around the cafeteria with my tray and no one invited me to join them, that no policy could mandate that somebody had to invite me to sit with them for lunch. So I chanted and manifested the courage to go up to tables and say, "Do you mind if I join you?" And of course, people are like, "Oh, no, absolutely, join us." But that took me a while to realize that, I could help to break down some of those barriers as well. So that's just one small example of how I've used my practice. I'm basically a shy person. So, and I think most human beings are a little bit shy when it comes to walking up to a table of strangers and saying, "May I join you?" But I chanted for the courage to be able to do that, because after a year and a half, I got tired of having my lunch at my desk. So, it had a lot to do with me too. If I was happy to just be
Right.
alone in the world, then it wouldn't have been a problem. But I don't think that fundamentally we really want to be alone. I think that fundamentally we all want peace. We all want harmony. We want friends. We want to learn about each other and learn how to get along. I just, some of these reality shows make you think that everybody wants to get together and just snipe and argue and find fault. But I don't think that's the real truth of us as human beings. I really believe that as human beings, we really want love and peace and harmony and much more of a positive outlook on life.
Yes, I definitely, agree with that. And it's just, I think we all want it, but not everybody knows how to achieve it and get it.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I definitely agree with that. And thank you so much, Karen. Okay, I was just reading some of the comments on that people are commenting. I was just reading
Okay.
some of the comments.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, they say together is better. They just negative. So yes. But yes, but thank you so much. You
Well,
have
thank
been
you.
absolutely amazing. And
Thank you so much
yes,
for
and thank you
having
for
me.
taking time out of your day. Thank you for holding it down because Sam was having technical difficulties. I saw that he was
I
able to
love
join
Sam.
and he wasn't
We'll
able,
do it again
you know.
another time. Please invite us so we
Yes, we
get a chance
definitely,
to do it
definitely will. He
together.
was like,
Yeah.
yes, yes, but I definitely thank you for taking the lead and being able to hold it down and taking time out
Thank
of your
you.
day. And please join us. I think I've added you already in the group. So join us here,
Okay.
in the Melanated Minds group. I think you have like a lot to offer just on everything else that you're doing as well as the
Oh, thank you
Buddhism and all
so
that.
much,
So I think you have
Zakia.
a lot
I
to
didn't know
offer.
about your group. I would love to participate. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
I guess that is it, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Melanated Minds. I hope you enjoyed it today, and I hope you got some type of encouragement and enlightenment from it and help you understand a little bit more about the principles of Buddhism. And that's what we just wanted to do, just to broaden your horizons, to let you know about other different religions and things like that. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. And sorry, my husband was having technical difficulties and couldn't get on to share. He's actually been practicing Buddhism for 36 years. And so we wanted to like hear his point of view, but we may just have to do another one to schedule at a different time. But thank you so much for taking time out of your day and being a part of the Melanated, Minds community. We will see you in the group if you have any questions or if you wanted to know more about Buddhism, you please feel free, to reach out to myself. My husband is also in the group, Sam Broadneck. You can reach out to one of us as well as Karen. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. Or you can just, ask questions right here on the feed if you want. And like I said, thank you so much. And we really appreciate you guys for being a part of the Melanated Minds community. And we could not do it without you. And that is it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed everything. And I guess we will see you guys, and I will see you guys on the other side. And make sure you stay in touch with us. And coming up, we do have, one thing I wanted to mention is something new that we have coming up on Juneteenth. We're going to have a bowling night. So this is going to be just time for us just to get together, to kind of network with each other, be around like-minded, individuals. We're going to have some fun. We're going to bowl, and it's going to be at the Roll House here in Cleveland, Ohio. It's actually going to be in Solon, and that is actually going to be on Juneteenth. You can actually look in the group to be able to find information about that and to purchase your tickets. We do have a limited amount of tickets that we have available, so do not hesitate and wait to purchase your tickets. We are looking forward to connecting with you and just having a good time, letting your hair down. It's going to be, I believe it's on a Wednesday, June. I believe it's either Wednesday or Thursday. So just a weekday after your hard day at work, just to come let your hair down and just connect with us. We would love to meet up with you outside of the Facebook group and us seeing you here, just to get a chance to see you guys and connect with you in person. So thank you again so much for tuning in. I hope you have an absolutely positively amazing rest of your evening. And that is it, guys. Bye.